Today we have yet another weapon to unlock with the Battlefield 5 Tides of War. Last week we had the Trombokino bolt action carbine, and the week before that we had the LS26 LMG, so two pretty solid weeks in terms of new weapons. But this week, this new weapon is one you may remember from Battlefield 1, and that is the P08 Pistol Carbine, which was a very interesting weapon in Battlefield 1, but let's see the fastest way to unlock it, and is it any good in Battlefield 5. First off, let's run through the ways that we can unlock this new weapon and which way is the fastest. So, this week's unlock criteria all revolve around getting headshots and playing the Combined Arms mode. By playing the Combined Arms mode, which I don't think is that fun to be honest, but if you want to, you can go by the top line of unlock criteria, but if you want to stick to the normal multiplayer, the fastest way to unlock the weapon is by following the middle line of unlock criteria. So, firstly, you will have to get one headshot in multiplayer or the Combined Arms mode, pretty easy. Then, as a squad, kill 25 enemies using SMGs, LMGs, MMGs, or assault rifles in either mode. Next, you must revive or resupply 60 teammates in multiplayer, which will take a little bit of time to complete, but I recommend going as a support and resupplying your teammates with ammo as frequently as possible. And lastly here, as a squad, kill 20 enemies with headshots in multiplayer, which really doesn't take that long at all. So once you have all of those completed, you now have the P08 Pistol Carbine, which is a very interesting weapon, to say the least. It looks pretty unique, and it also performs quite differently than most of the other weapons in the Recon class. And if you thought it was going to feel like how it did in Battlefield 1, you would definitely be wrong, as it feels like an entirely different weapon. But let's take a look at how it performs in game. So, taking a look at how this weapon performs, the P08 has a pretty good range, but it does have a bad damage drop off past that 70 meters mark. I found that after 70 meters, it would start to take 3 or even 4 shots to the head to get that kill, which gives the person you're shooting at a lot of time to react and start firing back at you, and most of the time end up killing you instead. So really, it isn't a weapon built for anything past 75 to 100 meters absolute maximum. In close range, on the other hand, it can be used quite effectively on maps like Arras and on Aerodrome. Although it still is a 3 to 4 shot body kill, which is pretty horrendous, it does have its upsides. One of those being the 30 round magazine capacity, which for a recon weapon really allows you to take on multiple targets in a much shorter amount of time. The other advantage it has is its hipfire capability. You can fire this thing like a pissed off gangster would fire a Tommy gun at someone who just banged his wife, even though when you're right up in extreme close quarters, the rate of fire, the extended mags, and the hipfire on this weapon really can outperform a lot of the other medic weapons. So what about these specializations? Well, I pretty much just chose the entire left hand side of the chart apart from the last one, which gives you a little bit of an accuracy bonus at range. I mainly went with the left side because all of these make the P08 Carbine a lot more accurate when it comes to hipfire, and although it is already fairly decent at hipfire, there's not much point in trying to make this weapon good for anything else other than hipfire. If you're looking for a good long range weapon, this is certainly not the weapon to choose, but if you want a good hipfire weapon, this is a very viable option. By choosing all of the left side, you do notice a pretty big difference in how this weapon performs up in close range, and to be honest, it is actually a very good contender with a lot of the high fire rate medic weapons in close range. Speaking of the medic class though, a lot of people on Twitter are arguing that this gun should have been a medic weapon instead of a recon weapon. Personally, I think it should have been a tanker or a pilot weapon, but that is just my opinion. Overall, this weapon, the P08 Pistol Carbine, is a horrible weapon. To put it honestly, I wouldn't even bother unlocking this weapon, although it did only take me around an hour or an hour and 10 minutes. But I would not have gone out of my way to get this gun, as it just isn't worth the time. But if you think differently, make sure to let me know down in the comments. I personally think the only thing it's got going for it is how cool it looks. That's really about it. Anyways, if you guys want to stay up to date with all of my future Battlefield content, go ahead and click that bell and subscribe icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you want, leave a like, as I really do appreciate it. Anyways guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next Battlefield video.